Yo, what is up, Hollow Cult? It's Wednesday. You know what that means. It's the night shift. We're here to hang out and talk about weird stuff and just, you know, be cool. Be cool. First things first, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, the like button. I don't know. Share it. Do the social media thing. See how many people we can get in here. Get this thing kicking off. Hope everybody's had a great week. Great couple weeks. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope there's a bunch of spooky stuff going on.
Seems like we got a bunch of first timers in here too tonight.
Awesome. Welcome everyone. Welcome OG members of the Night Shift Cult. Welcome new members of the Night Shift Cult. Yeah, Texas was awesome. Thanks for asking, Brother John. Got to watch my kiddos play a couple football games. Texas takes football very seriously. Their high school stadiums are gigantic and probably cost more money than our high school here in total. But it was cool. It was cool. They absolutely slaughtered the poor team that they played on.
That's never fun.
my freshman's team won 50-0, and my oldest boy's varsity team won 49-0. It was a slaughter. But yeah, it was a good time. I'm probably gonna go back in a couple weeks. Everett's senior night is set up. It'll be his last time playing if they don't go to the division finals. So I'm gonna go down there and catch that. But yeah, it's a good time. Long drive, but not a terrible drive.
No, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's pretty easy scoot. Getting down there, once you're down there, not my favorite. Because everybody drives like an asshole.
Yeah, I wouldn't want any part of that.
It's crazy. What else I got? What other business stuff? Oh, I got the new QR code stickers in. So anybody that hasn't got any yet, I know a lot of you have sent us messages, but I kind of forgot where I left off as to who I sent them to. If you haven't got any and you want some, hit us up. Send it to our socials. I got like 500 of them here. A couple different ones. Ooh. I hope these QR codes work.
They probably don't.
I hope not. Yeah. You want them. You want to put boots on the ground for the old street team and vandalize some stuff in your neighborhood. We support it.
My better half is going to Texas tomorrow.
She going to down around Dallas?
Yeah, business. So it sucks.
It is crazy.
When 2 days feel like eternity. That's what I told her. I was like, "You're gonna be gone forever," and she's like, "It's like 2 or 3 days." I'm like, "It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing."
Yeah, it's busy down there. Different lifestyle than down here.
Yeah, too much for me.
Oh, the hat's falling apart. Ugh. So what kind of weirdness has been going on the last 2 weeks, Hollow Cult?
Well, I mean, it's not crazy weird. I mean, there is a lot to talk about, but side note, me and Brother John went on a little escapade Friday. Checked out a possible place to do some investigating and recording. And it was weird. It was definitely weird. It's close. I don't know. I think it took us about an hour and a half to get there. And we just kind of went there to scope it out and see what it's about and what have you. And so we're in the cemetery. It's pretty cool. It's a really bizarre layout for a cemetery. I've never seen anything like it. Because it's like in the middle of the woods. There's a video camera at the entrance, so they see you coming in. Clear signs posted everywhere about how you're not allowed to go in there after dark, yada, yada, yada. So we get in there and we're kind of looking around, walk through the place. Like I said, it's in the middle of the woods, and there's like patches of woods inside the cemetery as well. So it's just kind of a really unique setup. It's really weird. Has a really cool feel to it. And it was just bizarre because as we're going up this like road to it, it's got the tree wall that kind of envelops the road. It just gets pitch black all of a sudden, just boom, lights out. And you're like, well, that's weird. And you get up there and we get in there and start milling around and walk the whole thing. Bats are kind of flying around, chirping and what have you. And, John's telling me about everything that he's kind of researched about the area. Like this place over here has got the woman in black. And then over here is another one of the reported watchers, tall, hooded, cloaked figure. So like I said, we're just kind of milling around. And then we've walked the full cemetery and kind of come back to the gate. And we're just kind of like hanging out, kind of shooting the shit a little bit. And I see movement out of the right side of my eye, just a real quick flash. Well, John had a flashlight and he was kind of scanning the area. And I thought maybe because it's a mixture. There's some old headstones and new headstones. So you have the polished ones and the not polished ones. And I thought the light grazed one of the polished ones, and that's what caught the corner of my eye. So I just I don't say anything to him about it. I just kind of let it be. And he keeps scanning around. And we're milling around, and he's like, he was kind of like, well, I mean, if we're not feeling anything, we can jet, And I was like, well, I saw something over here out of the corner of my eye. I didn't think much of it because I thought it was your light. Well, we went over there to investigate it, try to recreate it, could not recreate it at all. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. Could have been a lot of things. It could have been at that perfect moment, his light cast a shadow from a headstone that my eye caught. Who knows, right? And he's scanning the area some more, milling around, and I noticed this little orange light down by the kids' cemetery or the kids' headstones. Little orange light. And I'm like, maybe it was my eyes. Maybe because I know like the older you get, you catch when light hits your eyes, it kind of stays with you a little bit longer. That residual light that you have going on. So I'm trying to like come up with explanations as to what the fuck this could be. Is it my imagination? Is it residual light from, me looking at John's light, whatever. And then he scans his light. I don't say anything. He scans his light down there again. Nothing. And then as he's aimed away and he's scanning the area, I notice it again. Little flash, little bitty orange light. Just a little flicker. And you're like, what the fuck is that? So I keep it quiet, and then he moves to the other side of me and he's scanning outside the cemetery. Because you do hear like a little rustle here and there in the woods, but it could have been anything in the woods making that noise. I'm not saying there was some fucking goblin creeping through the woods. And
but there might have been.
There might have been. As he's scanning away from the area again, I see the flicker again. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, John. It's been like 3 times now. I've seen a flicker of light, orange light, down this way. But it's only whenever you are fanning your light in opposite directions of where it is. If you put your light directly in that area, nothing happens. But you start scanning to one side or the other, and I'll see that flicker of light. Sure as shit, he's standing there and he starts scanning off to the side again. And then he sees it. He's like, is it like a little flicker of orange? And he's like, it's probably 3 feet off the ground. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I feel like this thing would run into my hips. And he goes, yeah, I just saw it. And he's like, I have no fucking idea what that is. And so we're standing up there kind of talking. And then I start kind of paying attention to the night sky, looking up because there was also UFO reports in the area. So I start looking at the night sky and we see a ton of what I would describe as possible satellites. Steve, we see them out of your house. Little balls of light that are going perfectly straight. There's no marker lights on them at all whatsoever, but they're all going in different directions. Like we're seeing them everywhere in the night sky, which is nice because it's so dark out there. There's no lights. You can see the sky for what it is. And we're like, yeah, that's weird, And then all of a sudden we start hearing a woman talking. And he's like, did you hear that? And I was like, I definitely heard something. And then I hear it again, clear as day. And I'm like, and there is a house down the valley. John said it's probably about half a mile or so away. It's an elderly couple. Because John's been to this cemetery several times before. I don't think he's ever been there that late. And he's like, there is an elderly couple there, and they're real nice. They wave at me every time I go by, yada, yada, yada. And then we start hearing, it sounded like a car driving up the gravel. And John's like, might have just overstayed our welcome. They might have seen us on the camera. So I'm like, yeah, we should probably at least get outside this gate prior to them getting here, just in case. Because John had heard about a lot of it on a documentary. And I was like, so if anybody comes up here, we'll just tell them, hey, we heard how this was super haunted on a documentary. We're just standing out here just trying to see if we can see something. We're not going in there disturbing anything, And so we leave, kind of talking, shooting the shit on the way home. And we get right outside Jerseyville. And ironically enough, I don't know how it happened, but him and I both see at the same time these lights in the sky. And I told you, but I texted you a little bit about it, Steve. And it was so bizarre because it was one light at first. And this is the light out. And then it just goes, slowly starts to light up. And then it gets super bright. And then it slowly starts to dim out. And you're like, because John's like, there's no towers over there, is there? I'm like, well, A, no. And B, I'm like, that's going insanely too slow to be a tower. And then just like that, another one off to the left opens up and does it. And you're like, okay, is this the same thing moving? But then as this one's almost at full light, the one below it kicks back on, starts lighting back up. And so they're doing this dance of light on, light off, just kind of going back and forth. And then they'll match each other. And it was just this weird fucking dance the whole way into Jerseyville. Because we were trying to, what could it be? I'm like, and if those are towers, dude, those are the biggest towers I've ever, they're so high up in the sky. So it was pretty interesting, just for a little, what was supposed to be just a little recon mission, just to go check it out, ends up with several interesting instances.
That's the first thing I said to Kyle when he was talking about it. I said, that is typical Steve Luck that I make it to Dallas and there's a UFO invasion in Jerseyville. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, we were coming right down 16, and it was damn near right over top. It looked like it was right over top of Jerseyville, but you have zero depth perception whenever it's up in the air like that. You have no idea where it's actually at. So it was pretty interesting, to say the least. I was like, that's just fucking bizarre that we saw those lights. Because to be honest with you, for whatever reason, I went into it more, which is ironic. I went into it more thinking about, I'm going to see a fucking UFO tonight. That's what I'm going to see. Because I don't know, for whatever reason, when John said there's UFO reports in the area of this cemetery, my mind instantly went to, I'm seeing a UFO tonight. That's the mission. That's the goal. That's what I want.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
awesome.
I don't know why I focused on it. My brain was just like, all right, UFO report. Let's go see a UFO tonight. Kept on going.
Just did it. Just
went full bore into it. He did bring lights though, so there was that.
It was just a recon mission, though.
Yeah, it was just a recon mission, just checking it out, going into it. And like I said, it is an interesting cemetery layout. And then John was like, he's like, well, we could go to X. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm feeling X tonight. I'm like, because I feel like when we go to X, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a little bit much. I don't know. I for whatever reason that night I was not ready for X. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm not trying to go to X tonight.
You guys will have to send me the information where it is.
I don't even remember what it was called. John knows. I mean, he knows everything about it. He knows how to get there. But
I might have.
I know it's in the area. It's kind of around the area where I've been working. To be honest with you.
Nice. I got a bunch of books on haunted Illinois of all kinds of shit. I remember I was either a senior in high school or right out of high school. I can't remember. But we went to an old cemetery up around Carlinville. It was me and Keith and his girlfriend.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it was weird. It's got a whole bunch of lore behind it too. Like, it's got the lady in black.
Place where you sit down.
Yep, it's got an old bench.
Yeah, that's it. The bench.
And if everybody sits on the bench for 60 seconds, they're supposed to be like, I don't know, it's just its own little ghost story, right? And if you make it through the bench thing, everybody in the car makes it through the bench. Though the essential lady in, I guess it's lady in white, lets her presence be known by leaving a handprint on your car. So we were young and stupid, and we're like, we're gonna get evidence. We really need to get evidence. So we went to like the local Dollar General and bought a bunch of powdered sugar, and just covered Keith's sunfire in powdered sugar.
I hope it was this giant sunflower.
Yeah, if this bitch is gonna leave a handprint, we're gonna catch it, right? So we go out there, we're messing around. We all take turns sitting on the bench, and nothing's happening. We walk back over to the car, and sure as shit, across the back windshield is this huge, gnarly, like 4-fingered handprint down the back of the windshield.
Dude, that would have scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, and we're standing there. We're like, what in the hell is going on? Like, is this legit? We're looking around, seeing if anybody's out there fucking with us, but it's out in the middle of nowhere. We're just standing there trying to take pictures with our trash ass old phones from like 2002. And sure enough, cop pulls up. And he's on the powder. He's like, what are you guys doing? And we're like, well, there's some ghost story. He's like, I know what you're doing. He's like, get out of here. Like, okay.
See, at least they're cool in that regard, where they're just like, these guys are idiots. Keep on moving. Just get out of here. Don't come back.
It was weird. Like, I wanted to try to recreate it. Is
it a cemetery that's like literally out in the middle of nowhere? There's nothing.
It's not super far outside of Carlinville, but it's far enough where there's not a whole lot of shit around it. Like, it's still within police cruising parameters. I don't know if there was a city cop or if it was a county cop.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But you could tell that there was a bunch of, it was a hangout spot. There was a bunch of like liquor bottles and all.
Oh, well, that's
which is probably why the cop was making his rounds.
Yeah,
not
that
to
makes
catch
sense.
Kids, but to catch parties.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was weird. There was some.
Tell your Dylan brought up the cowhead post, because that one's fucked up too.
Yeah. All right. That was a little bit later in my life when I was still running around doing dumb shit, which is kind of like what I do now. But who was this? Me and Beef and Jen, and we were out somewhere outside of Jerseyville. I don't know where the hell we were, but there was this rumored Satanist compound, right? You drive through the series of gates, and you come to this old cul-de-sac, and there's supposed to be all this weird shit going on. So we're out looking for it, cruising around, finally find it, and we take off through this old red gate that was like, it could be shut and locked, but it was open. So we're like, whatever. As you go down, it's like this out in the middle of nowhere. It's like this complete unfinished subdivision cul-de-sac, right? So you're driving down, there's all these driveways off to the side, and they just don't lead to anything. Nothing. And we were already kind of on edge, so we're looking for things that is out of bounds and kind of weird. And at the end of all these cul-de-sacs, there's these weird, like piles of leaves, perfectly piled up, like someone had been out there and raking the road and just piled them up. I'm like, well, that's not necessarily that weird. We get down to the end of the cul-de-sac, which is kind of back out in the woods, and we're sitting there and we're looking around, and off in the woods to the right, there are all these cameras in the trees. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. Like, who would have this out here in the middle of nowhere for no reason? And we get back in and start driving around, and we pull up to this other gate. And on the edge of this gate, there is legitimately a head of a small cow, like spine and all, just tucked onto this metal T-post, just sitting there. And I'm like, okay, this
has definitely gotten a lot weirder.
Probably out of the realm of what we want to be here. So we're out messing around and hearing things in the woods and shit. Nothing that we confirmed, but the longer we're there, I'm like, man, if this is legit, if like a person or a group of people did this, like that's pretty fucked up, and we probably should go because it's just us three out here. And I don't know why we didn't go back. I've talked to him about it. It's probably a subdivision now. I don't know, but it was weird. Disembodied cow head.
I love how, as we're young and ignorant, your brain doesn't even process. You're driving through gates where it could easily just be locked behind you.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
And they're just random. Like they're like, I don't feel like many people just randomly drive through a series of 3 gates.
And like there could have been people tucked up off the driveways because you couldn't really see because they just kind of led back into the woods. And it was, I don't know, it was fucking weird. We would always go out and do dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
Like on the weekends, we're like, let's go find something creepy. We go like, John probably knows there's this place on Elder Blacktop past the Walkerville turnoff, and it's got the old 3-story stone house out there that's collapsing. We went out there and maybe not legally went in and checked that out. All kinds of weird stuff. That's a good point. It is Halloween time, so
yeah,
spooky stories are just kind of hidden.
I remember which ironically enough, I don't think you and I were together when we did it, but there was the poorhouse up in Carrollton that a lot of people went to.
I'd never actually been there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was definitely a weird place. It had a very heavy vibe. Wasn't it the rumor behind it was that it was what's the sickness I'm looking for? I can't think of the dang sickness that is it tuberculosis?
Oh yeah, there were a bunch of tuberculosis wards.
I think that was rumored to be one, and the rumor also for the rumor, which take it for what it is. Apparently, there's a bunch of unmarked graves behind it where they buried people, and it was definitely down with sickness. That's what it was. I should have been smart enough to catch that.
Jeremiah.
But anyways, it was another one of them hangout spots, essentially, where kids would go and tag it and drink and yada yada yada. We were no better. We went there a couple times to I guess to kind of investigate. A bird attacked me while I was in there, and I may or may not have punched a bird. But it didn't really yield anything.
The bird punch?
Yeah, I definitely punched the bird pretty bad. But that, after that, we left. We ended up going back, and we went back and decided it would be a really good idea to bring M80s and airsoft guns and have airsoft war inside the poorhouse.
Yeah. Here, when I heard these stories, there wasn't any paranormal tone behind them. It was just
No.
chaos.
According to one of the guys there, though, they did keep hearing something off in one corner of the house where none of us was. Whether that was paranormal or not, I don't know. And then I almost had me and two of my friends. We hid in the very top of the building because it had like a bell tower type top to it, and we were up in there waiting for everybody to come up to us. And as they did, my one friend, it was probably 3 stories high. He took off running in one of the directions of the walls, and I started screaming at him to stop, and he stopped right in the window sill. So one more step, he falls 3 stories.
Oof.
Because they were massive windows. You could just stand right in them. But that was scary.
No,
Not that
I
that's
never made
extremely
it down.
paranormal, but it's
But I
definitely
know
interesting.
somebody burnt it down not too long ago
Yeah. Yeah.
because they
And
kept
then,
trying to set it on fire. They set it on fire and put it out, and
yeah,
then within 2 weeks, finished the job and burnt it down.
it definitely had a weird vibe, though. But that's also, I feel like, not to dismiss a lot of things, but I'm sure you would agree, Steve, and same with people in the chat. You also get a similar heavy feeling when you're in an area, especially buildings that are A, unfamiliar, and B, where you kind of low key know you're not supposed to be there. So it has
Yeah.
this different vibe to it.
Yeah.
So was it a dark vibe from paranormal stuff, or was it that where you're acknowledging you're kind of not technically supposed to be here and you're completely unfamiliar with everything? But then I remember, which I still wish I had the picture. When we were taking pictures, because there for a hot minute we did get into the paranormal in a weird way.
Yeah.
But I remember, I don't know if you were with me that night or who was with us, but me and Shauna were taking pictures out front of my mom's house.
Oh, the shed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I wasn't there the night, but we linked up afterwards.
yeah. And we were taking pictures, and the one picture, if I remember correctly, Shauna was taking the pictures, and there was one picture that it just had an asinine amount of orbs in it. Ridiculous amount. I've never seen a picture that was duplicated in that nature. You could say it was a bunch of dust or a bunch of bugs. Well, me and her had taken a massive string of pictures walking down the road, and no other picture had anything like that in it. Furthermore, and Steve saw it, and was why I wish I still had the picture, but you could see clear as day a head that looked like a skull.
It was weird.
And then a shoulder, a piece of a shoulder in the picture.
It was weird.
I mean, you could see it clear as day. And, of course you sit around and you're like, no way, is this real? This can't be real. This has to be a play on something. But I wish I still had that picture.
When we went to this old 3-story stone house that's a little ways away from where we live, there's a bunch of lore behind it. It's all made out of sandstone or limestone that this old man had quarried out of the sides of the cliffs here on the Illinois Bluff side. And at one point, it was the tallest building in whatever county that is, Greene County or whatever. And rumor is he used to put like candles in his windows to keep barges from getting close before all the levees were built, and all this lore. But apparently, he built he buried a whole bunch of gold in the bluff sides back behind the house. That's one of the rumors I found online. Anyway, we get a wild hair, and we're gonna go check this place out. Don't do it; it's on private property. Abide by the laws. But we parked like a mile down the road, and we're trying to sneak in, right? Just walking down the main highway. Idiots.
That's
To
definitely
this
sneaky.
bean field. To this bean field. Every time a car would come by, we'd all just lay down in the beans, like nobody would see us. But we finally get there, and huge pond out in front. I wasn't even paying attention. Like, I was so stoked and drawn in, like I'm ready to go. So I'm trucking out. We finally get past like the main driveway where the people live. So I'm ready. I'm beelining. And I get about knee deep in the water. I'm like, what is this? And I look out and it's just a pond. And I'm like, okay, this is a good start. But by the time we get out there, everybody started getting like weird about it. And people were like, we're gonna go back and get the car. So me and Keith stayed and we went inside, and there it's just just a shell of a building anymore. But we kind of get in where this old fireplace was, and it was hot. It was like August, right? So it's like probably 80 degrees at 11 o'clock. But we get in there and the temperature dropped like probably 20 or 25 degrees. I'm like, all right, this is pretty weird. But maybe they had some kind of system built under the house or some shit to navigate the heat or whatever. But it was strange. That was the only thing that happened was the temperature truck. By the time we even got in there and got moving around, people were already back with the cars and trying to get the hell out of there, because when you're young, you always think you're going to get arrested, but
Yeah.
never do. I'm curious now, this new spot, if that camera's even hooked up to anything.
It looked, it's one of those, like, the drive is so, it's kind of like dense.
Yeah.
And it's like, it surprised me how, like, we passed it before because on the way in, I thought I saw a red light on it, like to show that it was possibly recording. Maybe, I don't know. It still could very well be a fake. It could 100% be just a deterrent, because there are a lot of those out there where they look like they're real, but they're definitely not real. So it's kind of hard telling. It looks like it's kind of dated tech, but yeah, and the worst they're going to get you for is trespassing charge.
And that's,
go pay some money.
Ask about it, like, come on.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be that bad.
No.
As long as we're not disturbing anything, which obviously we wouldn't. We're rather respectful of those types of situations. I didn't get like an overly bad vibe while we were there, but I even told John, I was like, I wonder what this place feels like at like midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. I bet it feels completely different.
Oh yeah. Okay, you know where your house is. If you keep, what is that road that leads by your house? Right? The
Which
one
direction?
that goes by the junior high.
That's County Road.
Yeah, if you go out County Road to where it kind of connects to Otterville Blacktop, that little cemetery up there, that's supposed to be haunted too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never.
That was extremely close.
Yeah, I've never got into that or went and looked, but I read some Illinois haunted forums that's supposed to have some kind of. It's not very big and it's right there on the corner, but
yeah.
What else was I gonna say? Oh, I was watching the new, like, Jason Hawes from Ghost Hunters has a new kind of show out where him and his buddy go to these haunted locations and just kind of do a very minimal paranormal investigation. And whatever the one I was watching on, I just clicked on YouTube. It was fucking crazy, right? So they have like all of the measurement kind of equipment, like the EMF readers and the whatever that round thing is with all the lights and shit. I can't remember the name of it. But he also had, like, they would take just a regular desk bell, regular dinging desk bell, and he's like, we can get all this kind of scientific measurements. He's like, but we want some physical evidence too. And they were at this little cabin. It had an upstairs and a downstairs, and there was a lot of activity at this top bedroom at the top of the stairs. So he just set his bell up there. And while they were investigating below, this bell just kept going off. It was the craziest shit in the world. Like, he would try to communicate back and forth, and he's like, if you're here and you want to communicate with us, he was like, use this box. And it wouldn't do anything. He's like, all right, let's try something different. He's like, ring the bell. And then the bell would ding. He's like, ring it again. And the bell would ding again. And I'm like, if this isn't fake.
I mean, that in itself is cool.
Yeah. I'm like, we got to get a bell, because that's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
That's immediately what I was thinking.
That's a good idea.
Put the bell out in the old part of X I would
Oh
I would
shit!
die if I heard that thing go off. If it was just us up there, that
Yeah,
bell rang, I'm like, no, we're good.
this is all the proof I need.
I'm out. Dylan left a digital recorder out in that cemetery in high school, but never listened to it.
That's what I saw and started laughing. I'm like, God damn it! What
we
a
might have
shithead!
we might have full proof of
I
the
guarantee.
afterlife, and it's on
Yeah.
some digital recorder. Dylan doesn't know
Yep.
where it's at. But
Yep.
it was weird just hearing that thing because it was just them two, and hearing that bell go off because they'd be just minding their own business, like they'd have the EMF reader going off over here, and they're really focused on it, and then in the background you hear bing, and I'm like,
That's
get out of
awesome.
here.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
a good
they're
idea, though. Definitely a good idea. And that would be kind of like, in a roundabout way, my being in the jar.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, it's awesome.
So since we're on weird occurrences and subject matter, if I'm curious to, because I mean we might as well talk about it. And you know where I stand, because I wasn't being sarcastic at all. First impressions. What do you think of the pictures that we got?
Oh, we are talking about that.
It may might as well. We don't have to give details because I
We're giving
haven't
detail. I don't
technically
know.
got permission yet.
Okay. We're gonna I guess we can speak in hypotheticals, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hypothetically speaking, we don't know if we can show it or not. Hypothetically speaking, a listener that works a night shift, oddly enough, sent us a picture. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Bro, I'm saying reptilian tenfold without question.
They said there's a series of 4, but we only got 1. That's all I could pull up was 1, right?
I had 2.
Did you have 2? We'll have to
I saw
message
2
them back.
pictures. Yeah, because I didn't see that.
Because it said I took a series of 4 pictures in the email.
Mhm.
Anyway, so they're clearly on like a property that's not the property where this is taking place. This is like across the street, and it looks like a house or an apartment complex. And they said that they thought someone was
Hypothetically,
trying,
of course.
hypothetically speaking, right?
Yeah.
This is either true or not true. Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Hypothetically
hypothetical.
speaking, they said that they saw someone, what they thought was someone trying to get into this building.
Mhm.
So they took some pictures.
Mhm.
Whatever they took a picture of, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Dude, outside of someone
in a costume.
Big in a costume. Outside of that possibility, 100% reptilian, hypothetically speaking.
Because that's why I wanted more pictures. Like, I need to get something to figure out how big this thing is. Because in the picture that I seen, there's not a whole lot of
They
reference.
look tall as fuck, don't they, in the picture?
Yes. Because I'm trying to look for like a door frame or something. Because you can consider a door frame probably 6 foot, a little bit, give or take, Couldn't see it. There's there's like a dumpster behind it.
Yeah.
Purely speculation. Thanks, Twiz.
Yeah.
But the legs are fucking weird. Like, if you look at the bins in the legs, they don't look like that's right. They look backwards.
It's the best picture ever.
And then it looks like it's wearing like this cloak.
Yeah.
And it's all hunched over, and it looks like a fucking gray alien head. If a gray alien head was less bulbous, right?
Yep.
And they're like the skin tone, the pictures from far away, so it's not entirely.
It's a nighttime picture, so it's definitely grainy. You have to look at it, right?
But whatever this is looking okay. So the camera's pointing this way, and this thing's looking this direction, right? So it's a side profile, and it's looking at this building, like it's trying to get into it. And you see the side profile of the face. So you see it's got no hair. It's got like this bluish gray skin. It's got these big almond eyes that kind of wrap around the side of its head. It's
fucking awesome.
I don't know what it is.
It's one of the coolest pictures we've ever been sent.
I know. I'm at work, and Kyle goes, "You need to check the email right now."
And then I
I'm
went to
like,
bed.
I'm like, great, we're getting sued. Nope.
And then I
Oh,
went to
even
bed.
better.
I thought
Reptilian.
I was fucking sold. Furthermore, hypothetically speaking, did you check out the location? Hypothetically?
No.
Oh, you should definitely check out the location.
Did it say location?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I
You
just
should
threw
just
it.
because it'll be hypothetically speaking, of course. I think you'll be weirded out by the location. Hypothetically.
Okay. So here, purely speculation. This is what the email says. I'm not going to give anything away.
I was
Says,
like, don't give the location or anything like that.
no. This is a pic I took while working in blah blah Montana. I didn't look at the pic for three or so months. I thought maybe someone was trying to break into that building, so I took 4 consecutive pics and then went back to work. When they said that such and such, I wondered if they meant the night shift or if there's something specific to
I don't
the
know.
pitch that they said.
I just happened to Google the location and noticed it was in proximity to other locations. And I'm like,
Oh,
well, that's fucking weird.
I
That's
don't.
fucking weird.
What else is in Montana? Nothing.
No, no. It's a hypothetical that we can't talk about.
Yeah,
I think if you racked your brain, you would put the pieces together that I've put together, but
I'll Google. I want to show.
I just
I've
know that
been.
it's like it's close to the borders of places and it's
That's great.
hypothetically speaking, and we've had a discussion before on reptoids and stuff like that. So I mean, like there's some puzzle pieces there.
I'm like, it's so hard to even venture a guess as to how tall this thing is because we don't know what the building is. We might be able to get on Google Maps
Oh, I didn't think about
and
that.
figure this shit out.
I didn't think about that.
If it's a person, they need to go to the chiropractor
Oh, they need some help.
because it does almost like it could be.
It's fucking reptoid, dude.
Part of me wants to be like, it's a Halloween mask.
I know. I am 10 toes down. I'm 100% Molder in this
But the way
thing.
it's hunched over and the way its legs are all moving, it's like,
Bro,
it's
the second I saw that motherfucker, I was sold. Fucking sold.
it's not humaning well, right? But yeah, I'm pretty much eliminated AI because the photo is not that good.
No, yes, definitely not AI.
The
There's
photo
no
is
fucking way.
bad enough
If
that
it
I don't
is
think
AI,
can
it's
get it that
like the
bad.
worst version of AI ever.
Oh, hold on. Somebody in the chat.
Oh shit.
I will email you. It's my pick, giving you permission to speak about it. Bada bing.
There you go.
We are fully invested
Oh
in
god.
whatever the fuck this thing is, right?
I'm
That's
I don't
so
I
awesome
don't
that they're just in the chat. They're like, "Hey, yeah."
yeah. I was actually gonna say if you're in the chat, just know that we forever have tons of love that you sent us that picture because that
Yes.
it made my night.
We have questions. It's great that you're here. We have questions, all right? We need to know, like, how we need a picture of the other building so we can figure out how tall this fucking thing is. Because
I
that's
feel like it's Shaquille O'Neal.
yeah, and it's all hunched over even in the picture. Like its joints aren't working correctly.
I know that everyone is 100% gonna talk shit that I believe it, but I don't know what it is about it. I 100% believe that it's real.
Oh, you know what? Technically, I could probably share a screen, show the picture if we were good.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
permission to talk about it. We got permission to
Yeah,
say,
but the thing is I don't know that we'll be able to like rightfully zoom in on it. Maybe I don't.
Oh,
We
yeah,
might be
yeah,
able to though.
I don't know what it
I
is.
love it. I hope that she's not pulling my leg at all because I'm fucking sold.
I feel like that would take a lot of planning, which I mean, it's not
Not
out of the
really.
realm of
We had
possibility.
people send us USBs from fucking Switzerland.
You're right. You're right.
Hats off to us though. We figured it out.
Yeah. Shout out to the Discord.
For guys who don't do anything well, we figured it out.
Yeah, I forget that people go way out of their way to try to fool us.
Yeah, so please don't fool me. Please don't be fooling me.
Don't get our hopes up.
Because I will feel really stupid, but at the same time not, because this is my job. I'm supposed to believe in this shit.
100% want it to be a whatever. I want it to be not a person. But I also wouldn't be mad if it just stayed in Montana.
Oh yeah.
It's creepy. Like it looks like it's wearing like a burlap cowl.
It makes me think of a giant ass trench coat that an alien would wear to hide its figure.
Yeah. Never plug in a drive like that.
Yeah, that's why we got
Kyle's old busted
computer.
We
had an old busted computer that wasn't ever connected to the internet, so we're straight.
Hold on. We got an email. Let me check. Oh, email. Pic of Reptilian. I love it. I love it that this is our life right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is 100% Reptilian.
Okay, I give my permission to give the location. All right, we can do that. Do you care if we share the picture? Oh, there is two of them there. It definitely is moving in that. How tall is that thing it's standing next to? Dude, I have no idea.
I don't either.
What the fuck? That
dumpsters are pretty. I think dumpsters are taller than me, right?
Yeah, it's almost like it's
maybe. I don't fucking know.
Some of them are. Yeah, that's probably pretty. You can look into a dumpster. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
I gotta zoom in on this other. We're doing some investigation skill here live on the air.
Yeah, not very good at it either.
No, we aren't.
Save image.
How do I get it to post?
Reptoid. That's what it's getting saved as.
How do I open it in a browser?
I don't know, dude. Oh shit! What the hell?
Dude, that first one where it's all
cool. It doesn't even awesome.
Cool, awesome.
I saved the picture, and apparently, it is alien language. I wonder if I can share this image right now because it's ridiculous.
It's just a reptile font.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Share screen, whatever. Just shut up. Let me do stuff.
Oh, hold on. I got you.
No, look.
What?
That's what mine popped up as. When I tried opening the picture.
Yeah, that's right. Let me see if I can get this.
Hell yeah.
Bro, we got a virus. We got alien virus. Hold on. I think I'm getting it figured out here. Okay. Jen, I just want to make sure you don't care that we're sharing these pictures, right? If you're still in here. Do you care if we share it? Oh, yes, you can. All right. We're about to send it. Try to figure out what this is. Let me figure out if I can remember how to do this. Okay. Ask AI to translate the font. We will get
not let me save the picture at all.
Okay, I'm gonna share screen. I'm gonna do the first one. And bear with me, I'm gonna try to zoom in because we don't know what we're doing. Okay, here we go.
Figure that out later.
Okay, here's the picture, right? This is the one.
Yeah, can you zoom in?
Is that zoomed?
It looked like it zoomed in a little bit. Can you command plus it more?
Let me command plus it more.
It's working.
Yeah. Now
you just gotta
drag it. I can't drag it.
Oh, that sucks. So if you zoomed in too much more,
Command negative. Do you see it right here? Look at this thing.
it's definitely weird.
What is this?
It is a reptilian.
I mean, I get it. Oh God, what'd I do? Oh, what the hell? All
Hey,
right,
you can do it.
here we go. I'm trying my best.
Looks like a trash bag.
This right? What you're
That's
looking
not a
at here?
trash bag. That's like a
It has
40.
legs.
It's a 40. It has legs.
Look at its head. It's got like a muzzle.
I'm telling you, it is a fucking reptoid, dude.
Okay, let me go to the next one because this one's different.
I'm forever sold on it. I don't care what anybody says.
No,
It's a
you weren't
reptilian.
there. Shush up. Shup up. Now I can't remember which one I shared. Okay, let's do this one now. Share. Now let me zoom in on this.
Yeah, that
God
one's different.
damn it. Yeah, you can see like its eyes in this one.
Oh, Dylan figured it out. It's Fieldon crackhead.
Well, yeah, he lives right down the road from me. This almost looks like this right here almost looks like some sort of like ballast sticking up where you don't drive into whatever this building is, or some sort of like mailbox structure. Clearly, we have a dumpster over here,
Mm-hmm.
and there looks like to be some sort of light on top of this said dumpster here.
Or it's a sign reflected from the light above there.
Ooh, true.
Bing,
But what?
bing.
Like, that's not a person's head.
No.
That's an
If
alien.
it is,
head.
it's the scariest head that I've ever seen. No disrespect.
And I've seen some
Respectfully.
scary heads.
Yeah. Respectfully, you look like, yeah, bare minimum, you look like Voldemort.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm saying reptilian. I don't care what anybody says. You can make fun of me all you want. I am 100% in on this one.
Yeah.
Without question.
Yeah, I need to know what this building is. Okay. Jennifer let us know what her place of employment is. So we essentially can Google Earth.
See, Chris, you
The
got it. You
location.
know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Does the back dock have security cameras?
I don't know.
It should. I love how it's just nonchalantly like walking into it looks like it's got its keys out, like it's trying to get in. It's sus.
I never would have suspected reptilians to be that far north.
Because they're cold-blooded.
Yeah. Lizards like warm stuff.
Yeah. No vehicle around. It's a door to an auto parts store. That's even weirder.
Weird. Getting an alternator for his his sweet Geometro UFO.
Oh God, I hope. Yeah, there's no reason for anybody to be at an auto parts store just hanging out.
No.
Especially dressed up like an alien.
Well, Twiz, it looks super tall to me. So I want to talk about.
That post would be, or do you live in Montana, Twiz? I don't think you do.
Yeah.
Maybe posts are taller in Montana.
Exactly. And that's assuming that is a post.
Yeah, not all posts are post, Twiz.
Yeah. Maybe it's yeah, that's an even better point, Steve. I'm not even gonna try to go with anything else. Not all posts are posts.
5 feet is subjective. Somebody's 5 feet is another person's 12 feet.
Yeah.
Height is a human construct.
Also true. People are really bad at judging all types of distance.
It took March 2023. Which, yeah, explain the snow.
What?
It being taken in March.
Oh.
Let me talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to try to Google Earth here and see if it blows my computer up.
It probably will.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, it's fine.
I'm glad she was listening tonight.
That's awesome.
It is pretty awesome. I just want you to know that
It was all hypothetical until you jumped in.
Yeah. Also, you said you're a big fan and you would fangirl out. Well, I kind of fangirled out when we got that picture.
Kyle was still.
I was excited. I was a lot more excited about it than I should have been.
I thought we were getting sued.
Well,
technically. Kyle's like, well, check the email. I'm like, no. I don't know how to run Google Earth, for the record. Anybody listen to this on the podcast, you're missing out. You missed first solid scientific evidence of a reptilian.
Yeah. I wish I would have known that we were going to be able to talk about it, because I would have labeled the episode "Scientific Evidence of Reptilians."
I mean, it is.
I'm 100% in. I think it's without a doubt proof that reptilians exist.
How do you even work this thing? Google Earth is stupid, for the record, for anybody wondering.
Yeah, that's just too much. I don't need to do all that.
No. Talk amongst yourselves. Where was this at? So awesome. We have boots on the ground reptilian.
Yeah, boots on the ground.
Yeah. The reptilian's boots are on the ground. In the picture. I got to figure out where this was at.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about. I believe it. So I'm in. And it's kind of my job to believe that.
It's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about it. Okay, let me figure this out. Ooh, I have the restaurant on the.
So you just gotta look for the parts store.
Yeah. Okay. Can't you Google Earth like where you're walking around?
I don't know.
Damn it.
I'm not that intelligent.
Yeah, same. Okay, I actually don't know where I'm at right now.
Kyle Grandstaff, thanks for coming by, hanging out. It's appreciated.
Yeah. I'm going to have to Google Earth some other time because I don't know what I'm doing.
We'll figure it out.
Not trying to waste anybody's time here.
We'll figure it out.
But I want to see how tall that area is. It's weird.
Name Squirrel Wrestler.
It's weird.
I do like squirrels.
I'm at a bank.
And I like wrestling.
This is not where I need to be.
No, probably not.
No, I'm in a bank. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, scratch that.
That's kind of obvious at this point.
Scratch that. Anyway, you guys were all privy to first actual evidence of reptilian.
Breaking episode.
To the left.
Oh, she said it was to the left of the bank.
Damn it, I already closed it out.
Oh, you'll figure it out later.
We'll figure it out when I'm not on air.
Yeah.
To the left of the bank. Oh, that's so weird. Best case scenario, right? Best case scenario, it's a weird person dressed up as an alien trying to get into a parts store at 4 a.m. in the snow.
Awesome.
Best case scenario.
Still a reptilian in my book.
Yes. Worst case scenario, it's a reptilian. Or
maybe they have a hidden base there.
I hope so.
Or they just need an alternator.
Montana is weird.
It is right by a place that my wife would really like to visit, so
Area
Same.
51.
No, not that one. She wants to go to that Glacier Park. Whatever. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know,
Which,
something like that.
if we've learned anything,
It's probably where the reptilians are.
build bases underneath glaciers.
This is true.
Ski mask with goggles and a bathrobe. That does?
No. Nope. Nope.
Working in Granite City, I have
Invalid.
seen Stranger.
Yeah, that one. Glacier National Park.
Best case scenario, Fox Alien hybrid.
What? Fox alien? What is a fox alien? I've never even heard of one.
Kevin Gates is a furry.
I can see that.
It made sense whenever it dropped. It made sense.
Well, Jennifer, you're lucky that you didn't get Reptoid taken.
Bro, I love that she had enough wherewithal to take pictures.
Yeah, I never would have. I just would have stared at it.
I would have threw rocks at it.
Or that.
And then ran inside.
I know that I would have just stared. That's all I would have done.
That's the worst part whenever something weird happens. Like having the capacity to be like, hey, I need to document this.
Oh, I wouldn't.
It's
For
awesome.
a fact, I would just stand there and look at it.
Jennifer, do you care if we post this to the socials? To our Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. Because I would like to get people's thoughts on it.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of shit talkers. But there's always a lot of shit talkers.
I'm here for it.
And all I'm gonna if I post it, all I'm gonna post is scientific evidence of that reptilians exist.
Yes, we got permission. Perfect.
I'm doubling down on it.
Oh, me too. You know what? The more I get to thinking about it, the more like I'm here for our shit talkers. If they're talking shit, at least they're still talking about us. Which is a lot more than a lot of people can say.
Oh, and we had an email. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. It has been kind of a fiery emails the past couple of days.
It's spooky season, bro.
Dude. Because we just had one with the guy, the person, I don't know if it's a guy or girl, wants to come on the show and talk about a couple things, but the one that caught my attention was they witnessed a rip in reality.
I want to talk about that.
Awesome. And then there was the other dude that mentioned he was going through some of our shows and we were talking about the 20 and back, and he's like, oh yeah, I went through something similar, but it was 80.
This is heater.
80
We're supposed to the person that sent it doesn't even want a email trail. So they said that they're literally going to write it out.
That's what they said? They're going to write it out?
Didn't feel comfortable leaving a digital trail.
Oh, that's kind of fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
That's actually way cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's cloak and dagger shit, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Watch list.
Yeah. Oh, we're already there.
That's true. Yeah, for real. Shout out to Jen in the chat.
Yeah.
She's an OG.
Much love for that. Thank you. Thank you for thinking of us. We appreciate that a lot.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm here for the weird shit. I'm not here for anything less.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest with you, like in me and John's excursion, I expected myself to be way more uncomfortable in that cemetery than what I was.
Our lives have changed a lot in the last 5 years.
I know. The whole ride there, I'm thinking about how uncomfortable I'm going to be. And then I get there and I'm like, all right, cool. Let's like hang out.
Yeah, it was kind of the opposite for us when we went to X, because we got there and it wasn't that weird.
X was fucking weird.
Then it just started to like compound.
Yeah, X was weird, man.
And
I want to be. I want to go to X. I want you to be there, and maybe we can take John.
and a Ouija board.
But I want to mentally be prepared for X. I feel that uneasy about X.
Yeah.
I want to be mentally prepared for that.
Yeah. X is weird.
I honestly,
the
I
craziest
think
thing,
X is borderline fucking evil.
the craziest thing about X is that it's so unassuming.
Yeah.
It looks
Oh
like a
yeah.
cemetery that could be in anybody's town.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, like when you hear of evil cemeteries, you expect like all these like gnarly, crazy statues and all these like old, dilapidated headstones in the middle of nowhere. It's not that. There's old parts, but it just looks like
Oh,
your
man.
everyday cemetery.
And the fact that it felt different during the day when we went is what gets me. Because it felt weird in broad daylight when there's other people there.
Yeah, it's definitely got a vibe. Definitely got a vibe. You can share the city. Oh, I can share the city. Let me go back to the. So this is in Columbia Falls, Montana. Columbia Falls, Montana is where whatever this thing is. The fact that it's
Resides.
just an unassuming auto parts store, like, adds a layer of even more weird, like
Is there, quick question, while we got you, there, I don't want to ask this question. I don't, but I have to, because now that I've thought about it, I have to ask it. And in my policy of honesty and transparency, that's a better word, transparency.
this is just investigative journalism.
Yeah. Is there by chance apartments above said part store?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I am hoping the answer is no. But
'Cause
if
that
there
would explain
is,
why someone was trying to get in there after hours.
there you go.
Because between 3:30 and 4, that's even too early for anybody to be opening up shop. No
Oh,
apartment.
no apartments. Yes. Thank you.
Because no parts store opens that early.
Fuck
Not around
no.
here anywhere.
No.
Anyway. Um,
Or maybe it's like that show Resident Alien, and this alien just so happens to slang auto parts.
which, if we wanna go down that route, we've had multiple encounters that we've investigated where the aliens, whatever these creatures are hood popped up on cars, examining the engines.
That is fucking weird now you say that.
Yeah, there's at least
I
3.
never even thought about that. Never even thought about that.
It's weird. It's almost like they wanna
Dang, that's only
investigate our
63 miles from Colleen's
oh, that's that
daughter and
see?
son-in-law. That's
That's
crazy.
multiple boots on the ground in that
Yeah.
area.
Go. Tell them to go Trank Dart a Reptilian.
I,
You live in Oregon, so you probably have Trank guns.
true. True. But it's almost like they're like investigating our propulsion system and means the same way that we do whenever we find a crashed UFO or some shit.
I mean, that kind of makes
They
sense.
probably look at us burning gasoline and fossil fuels and be like, these guys are in the ice age.
They're dumb.
Yeah, welcome to the Stone Age. Back door is to the parts store. Yes, Kyle, stone's throw from the vortex.
What vortex? Did I say a
There's a
vortex?
fucking vortex.
I have no clue what's
Well, no
going on
wonder
right
that
now.
no wonder there's reptilians there. You live in a damn vortex.
Crackhead reptilian stealing Cadillac converters.
I'm
He
more
just
worried about
upgraded. He's getting them in the box.
yeah, he's just taking the brand new ones.
Yeah.
But that's now I gotta know what the vortex is. I've held off on my 40 and 50. I ain't even made it to California yet. We're a long way from Montana.
Yeah.
It's strange. And awesome.
It is strange and awesome. I love it.
The House of Mystery that Dave talks about.
Are you? Is that Dave? Is that right, or is it supposed to be Politis?
Oh, I don't know, but if we go, I mean, technically, we can make a trip to Montana, investigate the vortex, and hunt reptilians.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, and okay, let's take into consideration the
That means eventually we're gonna have to get.
colitis. Yeah,
We're gonna have to get a hollow whip.
yeah,
That's gonna be a lot of miles on our personal vehicles.
yeah. We'll have to get something cool.
Oh yeah, naturally, it's got to be cool.
But let's take into consideration the time that this picture was taken. 4:00 in the morning,
Yeah.
March, snow on the ground. It's cold.
Hmm.
That doesn't look like it's exceptionally well dressed for the winter. It looks like it's wearing a potato sack.
I feel
You
like
would
it's
think
probably a trench coat.
if it was a person that they would have like puffy coat on, something, coveralls, something.
Get something you can sleep in. I like that. I like that sentiment.
Yeah.
I have a particular one. There's a vehicle I like for us in mind, but they're kind of pricey.
Ryan Crawley, come to Peoria, Illinois, and let's do a paranormal conference.
I'm Steve.
Oh.
Is it me
It is.
or I have to bring it up because you mentioned his name. That's all the same thing. And for a second there, from afar here, you look like Vin Diesel.
Me?
No, Ryan. His profile pic.
He does kind of look like Vin
I'm like,
Diesel.
why is that Vin Diesel? Why is he messaging in our chat?
That's pretty. It is pretty solid.
If Ryan is your cover name, then
I hear that a lot. That sounds like something Vin Diesel would say, Ryan.
This is also true.
We'd love to set up paranormal conferences.
We have the last witch hunter in our chat.
I would love to set something up, but there's just too, okay. Let's be honest with ourselves here. I'm not the best at setting anything up. Period. I'm not even good at setting interviews up. I sure as fuck cannot put together a paranormal conference.
No.
If somebody puts a paranormal conference together and wants to invite us on,
yeah, that's a better
Perfect.
situation.
Perfect.
The only one capable of doing all that would be my wife. She's the only one that would be able.
She would yell at us a lot.
Oh yeah,
she's the boss.
Probably put a bandana on and pull out a switchblade.
Yeah, I've said that since day one. She has a switchblade on her at some point all the time.
Yeah, without question.
I'll look into it.
Oh God, I hate when I do that. I put my damn foot behind my chair and then I hit that stupid little lever and then I sink all the way to the ground.
Now you're locked in.
Yeah,
your hips out of place.
Come on, dumb.
I was going to talk about other weird stuff that went on, but man, it just kind of did its own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably jump off here in a little bit so I can spend 45 minutes with her before she has to fly out in the morning.
Yeah, we've got a couple decent sized ones. Twiz in Collinsville, which is about 45 minutes from us. They got a big hotel conference, whole conference place out there. They do a lot of. They have a big boat show they do every year, a big Indian artifact show, and I don't know what the price would be to rent it, but just getting enough. I feel like realistically, we would probably have pretty good interest here because there's not a whole lot that happen in our area. There's little ones.
Yeah.
There's like the one Troy Taylor puts on in Alton, which I never went to. I don't know how well that does, but that would be another person that we could probably get in contact with and setting something up. But yeah, JJ, you missed it. We had a picture of a reptilian sent in to the email that we shared earlier. It's creepy and still creepy. But Anywho, thanks for everybody hanging out with us. We'll probably wrap it up. Like Kyle said, he's gonna hang out with the boss lady.
Yeah, hang out with Mama before she
for a little
takes
bit.
off.
And excellent conversation tonight, everybody.
It's pretty cool.
It was kind of spooky season. We're here for it. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's good to see everybody. Good to have everybody in here. Live Reptilian confirmation right off the rip. Shout out to Jennifer, Montana Jennifer. Thanks for being the OG. Just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right when we like we thought about it and boom, she was there. It was awesome. But that being said, thanks for hanging out with us. Everybody make sure to check out the Monday shows. Download them, share them, keep driving numbers for us. We appreciate you all. And until next time, if you have a picture of something weird, wait, nope, hold on. Till we meet again, stay safe, stay weird, and if you have a picture of something weird, do not hesitate to send it to us because we want it. The weirder, the better. Reptilians, the lost city of Atlantis, whatever. We want to see it. Everybody stay safe.